Cameron County officials say synthetic marijuana use is on the rise again.
Now, a Harlingen man has been hospitalized because of the dangerous drug. CBS 4's Nestor Mato spoke to that man's father. He's live with more. Nestor.
Marcy, officials at the Hester Juvenile Justice Center in San Benito say as many as 75% of teens being held there admit to have tried the synthetic marijuana. I talked to one detainee who says it almost killed him.
I've been to the hospital already. You know, I went into cardiac arrest off of it. I've seen my parents cry, both of them.
This 16-year-old we'll call Joe says he started using synthetic marijuana as a way to pass drug tests because they are so rarely detected.
It's hard to keep up with it because the drug test itself is so expensive, and we do have some testing, but it keeps changing every week as far as the herbs and the chemicals that they put into it.
Joe says soon this addictive behavior nearly took his life. Right now the teen is being held at the Darrell B. Hester Juvenile Justice Center in San Benito on burglary charges. He says synthetic pot, referred to as spice or K2, even caused him to commit more crimes.
I started fiending for it. I started wanting to steal, you know, to go and to steal from the people selling it.
Synthetic marijuana is a man-made designer drug loaded with unsafe chemicals used to produce a high, oils, and even rat poison an ingredient.
People have died off of it. People have remained in that permanent high, per se, that they don't have a crash. And lives are being destroyed.
Ruben Garcia, clinical director of the Mesquite Treatment Center, expects to see a 45% rise in synthetic drug hospital visits this year. Garcia says the combination of ingredients can cause psychosis, increased heart rate, loss of control, and seizures. Joe's case is not unique. The problem is nationwide. In Mississippi and Alabama, 300 were sent to the ER in 2 weeks because of spice in April. Last year in Austin, 17 people were treated after one event. And just this Tuesday in Harlingen, 19-year-old Ezekiel Peña was placed on life support after he collapsed while smoking K2. 18 hours later, he was taken off the machine and is still recovering at Valley Baptist Medical Center. His father spoke with CBS 4 News.
Just one hit, and he just fainted. He fell, his knees bent, and he fell backwards.
Peña's father says it was a parent's worst nightmare.
There's a million things going through your mind. You don't know whether you're going to plan a funeral.
Garcia says there has been a spike in usage between kids 12 through 17. He says school districts have been contacted to educate students. Videos like this one and presentations also used at the detention center to keep teens away from using.
Like, oh, you're gonna risk your life, or you're gonna end up getting addicted, or they don't ever tell you they're just there to make the money, you know?
Synthetic marijuana is usually sold at $10 a gram. Most homemade dealers rely on word of mouth and even social media to spread the designer drug. Officials say they are usually packed colorfully with cartoons or as incense to attract kids. Marcy, Eddie, the people I spoke to say parents play the biggest role by monitoring what their children are doing. In the studio, Nestor Mato, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.